Welcome to CrashRacer. Today we're playing Wreckfest and we're going to have a go at some multiplayer online racing, starting with a race at the Kingston Raceway. 12 of us in this race then. This is an oval circuit, this one. You've got sort of the tarmac sections around the corners here and then onto the mud section as you go over the centre. We're going to do 3 A-class online races today. Had a really good start here, sneaking up the inside. If you can get up the inside of some of these corners, you can always slip through. Of course, the only thing is then it's not the fastest, and you're equally prone to cars slipping up the inside of you, just as demonstrated there. 12 laps round here. Of course, distance-wise, that's not an enormous amount, but they're often close races and a lot of collision in these races, so I've got to try and look after the health of your car where possible. Oh, slight clip from the back there, but we're okay, and slammed into the barriers there though by that Hammerhead. Let's get off those barriers and a good line down here now and see if we can get our front end up the inside of a couple of these. Spinner there, and that has also held up the car behind, so we're up into 3rd place now. Always having a quick glance at the map as we come across the centre, check there's nothing coming. Wrecked car on the outside there, so that's one car gone already. I think it was wrecked anyway. Whoa, that was a close one. Oh, slight tag on the back end there. How far's the leader ahead? Leader's got a good lead at the moment, and we've just lost that position to that Hammerhead again. Can we sneak back up inside again? Yeah, we're going to be able to run that round. They're probably going to do the same again. Yeah, I tried to hold it, but they managed to sneak through. Fortunately, they've shot past and we've been able to swap again. So it's all changing. We're keeping pace with this 2nd place. The only problem is if we start battling over this 3rd place and knocking each other, we might lose pace on that 2nd place. There's another one join the fun as well. Whoa, that one's nearly over, and that was the leader involved in there somewhere. I don't know exactly which one the original leader was, but whichever one it was, they're not in the lead now. Come on, out the way. Whoop, nearly turned into early there. That one caught the car on the outside as well. That puts us up into 2nd, so it's this Hammerhead now in the lead that we have been battling with for most of the race, actually swapping positions on a lot of the corners, and they've hit a car there on the crossover. That has allowed us to close up very slightly, and we do have a few seconds back to 3rd place now as well. Car well and truly wrecked there, and that's perfect timing on the crossover. We're back up the inside, so are we going to go back to doing what we did before with this Hammerhead, swapping 1st and 2nd place on every corner? I'm going to try and hold it sort of a bit tighter as we come into some of these corners, but yeah, it's not possible really to defend the inside, because if you do, then you're on the slower path. So there's always going to be a gap that the person who's behind can sling their car up into. What's going on here? A couple of cars in ghost mode. Oh, big hit from the side. They've whacked us into the corner there, and amazingly they've not gone past. I assumed they were going to go flying past, but in smacking us into the barriers, they've also held themselves up as well. They're pushing through again. Yes, they're getting more and more forceful as this race is going on. Previously it was we were politely, whoa, just managed to pick a gap between 2 cars there on the crossover. Yeah, previous laps we were politely swapping places, but now we're up to the business end of the race. They are slamming me into the barriers, but they've got taken out on the crossover, and that is going to put us back up into 1st place again. How quickly are they going to be able to recover? We've got a good gap back. They have recovered, and they're only a couple of seconds back by the look of it as we start the last lap, but unless these back markers get in the way, that might be enough. Of course, we've still got 2 crossovers to contend with. That was a close one, but we're through. Yeah, this back marker, don't get in my way, don't get in my way. we're clear on the crossover. We've just got to get over the line. We can hold it out wide. We don't need to get round this corner. We are through for a win. 22.1 best lap. How does that match up with some of the others? A lot of really close times, as you'd expect. A couple of hammerheads finishing in second and third place, but a win for us. Today's second online race is going to be at the Boulder Bank circuit. We've changed cars and we are now going to be in the Hammerhead RS. Of course, always a good car on all the classes, but tuned up to A class for this one. And there's a lot of hammerheads in this one, and there's chaos at the first corner. A lot of cars gone wide, smashed into each other. We've got through fairly unscathed. We've just got to get round this corner. Oh, I've gone into there way too quick. Big mistake. And we are out on the outside of this barrier. I don't think it's going to make us reset. I hope not. No, I was worried that we were. I mean, we didn't cut the track. We went a longer way. We followed that other car around on the outside of the barrier. So yeah, it did hold us up. But I mean, main thing is, in all that chaos, we didn't take any big hits, and we've not got any damage. Oh, just tried to run through on the inside of them. Got held up. Just had to slam on anchors to avoid the boulders on the outside. Okay, that's now not a great start. I was going to say that's not a bad start with no damage loss and still sort of on the tail end of the back group, but we've made a few mistakes now and we're getting pushed further and further back into 11th place now then. Any car's going to run off wide here? No, everyone's taken that really nicely. So easy to go wide, or of course get pushed wide into the trees there and waste a lot of time. Big group of cars in front. If we can stay close, one's gone wide, they're going to be in trouble. I don't think they're going to have to reset. Massive crash there, and we've again managed to sneak through with only a tiny knock. Up into 8th place then as we come towards the end of this first lap. Going to come over the top of a little jump here, brake hard, turn in hard left, and then towards the loop back corner, turning right hard all the way. Right, let's not go out wide and round the outside of those barriers this time. That's a little better. How far's the leader ahead? Leader is about, oh, they're only actually about 6 seconds ahead, so not far at all. We've got 3 or 4 cars, something like that, that we can visibly see on screen. Easy to run wide there. That's not the best line, but it's okay. Right, just want to drift over to the right, but watch because there's boulders on the right hand side and I've turned in too early for that. That's alright, didn't waste too much time, but yeah, turned in a little early. That car's gone really wide on that corner. They have wasted a lot of time. I don't know if they got a little nudge as they were turning into the corner, if they just got it wrong. Either way, we are up into 5th place, right behind 3rd and 4th now. Leader is, whoa, that's going really slow. Come on, round you go. Yeah, it's not a back marker. That's for position. Again, I didn't see what happened, but whoops, round you go. I don't know what they were doing. They were going really slow. I guess they must have got hit or something like that. Okay, we're up into 4th place then. But we've now dropped back slightly from the rest of this group. Leader is still about 5 seconds ahead. No, a bit less than that now. Let's see if we can make up any more places on this last lap. Crossover is clear, fortunately. Wreck car there, but that's well out of our way. Right, I need to slow it down and turn in quite tight on the right here. That means we'll be able to get the power down a little bit earlier this time. Hopefully not run quite so wide. Yeah, that's slightly better. Made up a little bit of pace on the 2 cars in front. Leader is still a little way away. Saying that, the time's dropped. One's in ghost mode, one's there. We're up into 2nd and we've got to run on this one now and we are up into the lead. Right, can we get around this corner without getting hit? No, didn't see what happened, but there was clearly some trouble went on at that last corner. We've not managed to hold it. They've shot back in front of us. In saying that, they're over to the right there on an awful line now and we are going to be through, I think. That was so lucky. Yeah, they just caught my front end as they came past. That put them over to the right hand side, which is then an absolutely awful line to take the next right hand bend, and we are through for quite an unexpected win there. 1 minute 16.9 was our best lap. It wasn't the fastest, but in saying that, there's a lot of drivers dropping out now. Yeah, I don't know what happened on that one corner, but the first 3 cars obviously had a big coming together. 3rd and final online race today then is going to be at the Veilfall circuit. we are going to really switch it up this time. It's still an A-class race, but I have chosen a B-class Raiden RS for this one. Raiden RS goes really well around this track, of course. Lots of short straights, tight corners. So let's see how we get on with a car that's underclassed up into the lead. So a very promising start. Yeah, a lot of these cars will have a lot more power than me, but of course power is not the main thing that you need on this circuit. We're having a good old battle here for the lead, and I'm up on the outside, car right behind us as well, so we're going to have to watch. Yeah, you can really see the difference actually on the corners with the car that's in third place. They are, well, on any of the small straight sections they're right up behind us, but then as soon as we get to the corner we can take them quite quickly. Oh, there's a car holding everyone up. That looked like a Snabbit holding cars up. That's quite a thing that you see quite often, shall we say, on some of these servers. We managed to get through clean though, and we are now a couple of seconds ahead. Let's see how we do now. We're in free air. See if we can pull away from the cars behind, or if the extra performance points that they've got allows them to close up on us. It's yeah, I can definitely take the corners a lot quicker than some of those cars behind, but I just can't let them get too close, because if they can get to use their power on some of these straight sections, then they can of course take a lunge and try and pump me out the way coming into some of these corners. So I can't let them get too close. Be really interesting to see what the lap times are like at the end as well. A car coming out of ghost mode, and that is the car that was holding the others up. We've managed to sneak past them, and they've not tried to slow us up at all. Got about 4 seconds lead now ahead of some of the cars behind, and they've got to get past that car that was holding the others up. 2 laps to go now. Just got to make sure I don't make any silly mistakes as well. So easy to spin the back end round. Starting to come up to the tail end of the whole pack actually. I'm guessing that's the guy in last place. There might have been some that span off or got wrecked, I'm not sure, but if not, that looks like the tail of the main group that we've caught up with. Don't know if we're actually going to start overtaking them as we come round on this last lap. Lead is up to 6 seconds, so no one's been able to catch up with us or cope with our speed. Like I say, whether that's because they've just not been in free air and they've been battling with other cars or not. But yeah, I had no idea how this was going to work out. If I was hoping this is exactly how the race would go, but I didn't know if choosing a B-class car would work. 31.3 second lap, and it was the fastest lap as well. So just goes to show you don't always need to choose the highest performance car depending on what the track is. Well, I really hope you enjoyed those 3 online races. If you did, please like and subscribe, and see you soon.